Today I have a special treat just for you. We're going to talk about the Prince of the Abyss. That is the Demogorgon. No, not Stranger Things, but long before that show ever existed, Demogorgon is and was a real thing. This two-headed monkey, human body, chicken-footed, two-tailed creature runs the Abyss with a few other Abyssal lords, but he is the most feared. I'm going to break down why he's so terrible for your players to fight, and I'm going to tell you how your players can probably beat him. Now, Demogorgon is going to be tough to crack with a natural armor class of 22, over 450 hit points, but what really makes it bad is you're just not going to get away from him. He has 50 movement speed, and he also has 50 swimming. Now, that might not frighten you at all, but if you are in the water with Demogorgon and the DM is going to play Demogorgon as is, right, as he should be, this lethal creature, if you are fighting him in an aquatic setting, there's nothing saying this dude just can't drag you below the water and just let you die. Now, I haven't done that too many times, but that is something that could happen and you should be prepared for it. The base stats and the saves here are crushingly high. It is going to be an uphill battle from the very start. Now, there's something interesting about Demogorgon. He has true sight. Now, if you don't know what true sight does, it's going to let him see invisible creatures. So everyone who relies on visibility to get in and maybe get some free shots in or possibly escape, you are not getting away. So be forewarned. That's a thing. Demogorgon also has advantage against everything you're going to throw at him with magic, right? Because he has magic resistance. But because he has two heads, he also is going to get advantage against being knocked unconscious, against being blind and deafened, which I don't know if that's really going to play a factor. I mean, you could do silence, but he could just move out of it very quickly. So don't try that. But if you were, now there's another reason not to try it. Now I know what you're thinking at this point. We got two barbarians. We have a super tanky fighter. Well, that don't matter. Demogorgon is going to have a plus 17 to hit. He's going to roll 3d12 plus 9. And right after that, he is also going to make you do a 23 Constitution saving throw. If you fail, your max HP is reduced by the damage, not half of it. Whatever that damage is, that's what you lose. Now comes my favorite part of Demogorgon, and honestly, it is something that isn't used often in any monster, and this is the gaze attack. Now, this is 120 feet range. So not only does he have the tools to fight right here, mano-a-mano with your frontliners, he can also just take out your back line and people who think they are safe. You can be stunned until Demogorgon's next turn. You can be confused, which is a terrible spell, but he has no concentration on it, so just deal with it. Or you can be charmed. If you fail the 23 wisdom saving throw, one of these things can happen. The DM can choose, or a d6 can get rolled, and that's whatever it is. Now, I just want to go over something very briefly. The gaze attack in D&D, players always try to find a way to wiggle out. Force the players to use a reaction to avert their gaze. And then you need to clarify that if your eyes are closed, I get advantage on you. You cannot see. And I found that really works in just people trying to beat the system. Now, that's entirely up to you, how you run your table, hey, whatever. I'm just saying the gaze attack is rarely used in D&D, and it's really good. And here, it's going to be used all the time. His spellcasting DC is a 23 charisma save, and his spell list is simple. Again, I like it on the DM side because there's a lot that's going to happen in here. The most dangerous thing in this list is Feeble Mind. Here's what it does. If the target fails the intelligence saving throw, you're going to take 4d6 psychic damage. On the failed save, you are also going to have your intelligence and charisma score become 1. The creature can't cast spells, activate magic items, understand language, or communicate. For legendary actions, they are pretty simple. He can either do a gaze, do a tail attack, or cast spells. So I'm going to tell you my thoughts on what players should do, and then I want to give some advice to the DM. For my spellcasters, I highly recommend 2 feats. The Warcaster feat, you already know what it does, right? Advantage on your concentration, that's good. But the next thing is Elemental Adept. This is going to give you more damage and will make him take your fire and your lightning and cold damage. He's resistant. You need to pummel him. The next biggest thing, specifically for that back line, not just spellcasters, is use the terrain to hide from the gaze. If you move, cast a spell, run. run over to something and crouch behind something if you can. For all my guys who are up front, all those martial classes, you are in for a fight. Your high AC is not going to count for anything. One, because he is going to charm someone. It is going to happen. And you are prime pickings. Yeah, the DM could use the back line and charm someone or stun them. But to me, if he's rolling or he's going to just choose charm, the barbarian will be used against you. Players are getting into this and you know you're going to fight Demogorgon and you kind of want to cheese it. You can play Centaur. The Centaur is immune to charm because it is identified as a Fey creature. It's not a humanoid. That's a cheat code. It'll help you. I don't know if the DM will honor it. The best feat or magic item or anything you can have for this fight is lucky. Anything with lucky, any race that gets it, any item that gives it, anything like that, it is going to be a very big deal. Now that's entirely upon your DM unless you take the lucky feat, but hey, there you go. Next up is resilience. And the reason I'm throwing more about the saving throws and passing them is because if you fail your saving throws against the charmed attack, you are out of commission. The stun and charm alone is the worst. Confusion doesn't really matter too much to me. I mean, it'll burn an action basically, but it's just so random, it's poorly written. Those are the things I would recommend to you, the players. Now the DM, destroy them. They are level 14. They are here to fight the Prince of the Abyss. They need to feel it. You want to save Feeble Mind so you know it works. If they got lucky, screw that person, don't use it. Or it's like, oh, that's metagaming. They're metagaming. Everyone's watching this video, right? So you save it to make sure it works on whoever you choose, whoever is the prime target. Like I said, Demogorgon is extremely intelligent. After that, they're gonna do something and then gaze attack, they're charmed. That's 2 players out of commission just from basically one action. So don't be afraid to move in and just lay a hurting. They're not really going to be able to heal. So everything is going to be dependent on the players bursting you down, and they're going to have the tools. I run a table of 5, so I imagine this high level, just what the rogue alone is going to do probably 100 points of damage to you. So you need to make sure that round 1 really, really hurts them and they go into like panic mode. They're in fight or flight. If you like this and it helped you in some way, please like and sub. It really means a lot to me and it's free. I really enjoy Out of the Abyss. It is something that I run all the time. If you guys are looking to play the game, I can do that for you in a group. If you want tokens, maps, art, I do all of that. You can join Patreon, you can go to Etsy. You can do all those things. I am on Fantasy Grounds. I do have some stuff on Roll20, but not everything. And I just want to say thank you so much for watching this video and giving me your time. And I will see you in the next video. See you later.